This is Optimal Living Daily, episode 1465, 7 Steps to Help You Actually Reach Your Goals, Part 2, by Nick True of mappedoutmoney.com, and I'm Justin Malik. Happy Sunday to you. Welcome to the old podcast, the OLD podcast, Optimal Living Daily, where I read to you like a big, ongoing audiobook from many different authors, but today being a continuation from yesterday, so I'd recommend listening to yesterday's episode first. And really quick, we share quotes and inspirational stuff, plus random book giveaways on Instagram. If you're not following us there, now's a good time. You can find us at Old Podcast. But for now, let's get right to part 2 and start optimizing your life. 7 Steps to Help You Actually Reach Your Goals, Part 2, by Nick True of mediocrity.com. Step 3, give yourself an actual date, not just this year. This is where a lot of people mess up. They say they want to lose weight this year or make more money this year. That doesn't mean anything. It doesn't give you anything to aim at. Remember, the point of a goal is that it gives you a target to aim at. So set a specific date that you plan to accomplish your goal by and then stick to it. Whether it's a short 2-week goal or a longer 12-month goal, you need to set a date. Step 4, be honest about the consequences. Can you see a theme here? Lots of getting honest with yourself. And this part is no different. Ask yourself what the consequences are if you fail. If you can't make more money, does that mean you won't be able to get a house as soon as you want it? If you fail to start a business, maybe it means you'll be stuck at a job you hate. Or if you don't lose weight, you'll still just continue feeling like garbage all of the time. Some people are motivated by the positive outcomes of a possible goal. Others are more motivated by avoiding the consequences of failure. Whichever one works for you is fine. But you ought to consider what will happen if you fail. Come up with 2 or 3 consequences that will happen if you don't achieve your goal this year. Step 5, make a plan. Although steps 1 to 4 help you get clear on the goal itself, now it's time to take some action. One of my favorite quotes is, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And that couldn't be truer than in goal setting. Based on when you want to complete your goal, you need to come up with a timeline and a plan. How are you going to do it? If you want to save an extra $100 per month, that money has to come from somewhere. You've either got to make an extra $100 or cut an extra $100. If you want to make an extra $100, figure out how to do it. Will you pick up a second job, start a small business on the side, do freelance work on the weekends, maybe work some overtime if your current job allows it? If making more money seems like a pain, you need to look at cutting your spending. If you're not already tracking your spending using something like Quicken or Mint, then the first thing to do would be to figure out where your money is going. Then look at your spending and slice it down until you can carve out an extra $100. Not only do you need to come up with a plan, you need to decide whether or not you need help. Let me answer that for you. You do. Find at least one person who understands your why and get them to keep you accountable. It could be a spouse, a parent, a sibling, a friend, or a coworker. It just needs to be someone who will ask you every week, hey, how's your insert goal here coming along? By making a plan and getting some accountability, you will dramatically increase your chances of actually achieving it. Step 6, write it down. Surprisingly enough, this is an easy step that most people just never do. Create a sticky note on your smartphone and set it as your screen background. Or type it up and print it out. Or just get a pencil and some scrap paper to write it down on. For the sake of your future, just write it down. Here's an example. Goal, I want to start making an extra $100 per month. Time, I want to be making a consistent $100 per month within 2 months. Why? An extra $100 per month will allow me to save for a snowboarding trip with my family next winter that normally I can't afford. Consequence, if I don't, I won't be able to go snowboarding with my family and will be left out again this year. How? I'll tutor with an after-school program at a local elementary school for $10 per hour. I plan to start by working 1 hour per week and eventually get up to 2.5 hours per week for a total of 10 hours per month. Accountability, I'll ask my brother to call me once per week to see if I've been tutoring and remind me of how awesome the trip will be and how it would suck if I miss out. Granted, this is a simple example, and for some people that why may not be strong enough, but that's why goals are personal. If you know me at all, you know that a snowboarding trip is more than enough to get me working extra hard. So come up with your reasoning and then write all of this down. In step 7, put it somewhere you'll see it every day. This step is crucial. You might think it's goofy or cheesy to print this off and use it as motivation, but you'd be surprised how that constant reminder will help keep you focused. Write down your goal outline just like I did and put it where you will always see it. I actually have a few copies of my current goals. I keep one in my laptop bag, one on my desk, and one hung on the wall in my apartment. It keeps me focused and reminds me of why I'm doing what I'm doing. So print it off and find a place that works for you to see it often. Peter Vood actually laminates his goal sheet and puts a copy in the shower so that he can focus on his goals as he gets ready for the day. Hey, whatever works, right? What are you waiting for? I can't 100% guarantee that this process will work for you. That's because you've still got to put in the hard work and discipline required to make it happen. But I can promise by following this 7-step process, you will set yourself up for success. Now it's just a matter of getting to work. So what are you waiting for? You just listened to part 2 of the post titled 7 Steps to Help You Actually Reach Your Goals by Nick True of mapped-out-money.com. That'll do it for today and this weekend. I'll be back tomorrow for Minimalist Monday. So I'll see you there where your optimal life awaits.